Happy Tuesday, Mid-Missouri. We've got clearing skies this morning, but that may be just the beginning of another issue that we have to talk about here to start your Tuesday, which is some fog. Yes, the cloud cover and the rain is leaving off towards the east, but that's just going to allow for temperatures at the surface to cool pretty fast. We call it radiational cooling. The clouds act as a blanket, but once we remove that blanket, the surface cools pretty quick, and that mixed with a relatively wet surface, wet ground soils, is going to allow for some fog to develop. We'll get cool temperatures and plenty of moisture to result in maybe some dense fog between, well, now, just before 5 a.m. and about 9 a.m. We've got a dense fog advisory in effect. But if by the time you're watching this, that has already expired, expect a bright day ahead. We're looking at that fog lifting by mid-morning. We'll have temperatures back in the low 70s through the lunch hour. And then as you step outside this afternoon, you're going to encounter a very pleasant fall-like day. 75 this afternoon is really more representative of early October than here in early to mid-September. And then tomorrow morning, it feels even more like fall. We're starting in the low 50s. We may even see a few areas, especially in the north, in the 40s. I think future track here is a little bit on the warm side. I think temperatures could be a little cooler than that, settling in early Wednesday. Now, Wednesday afternoon, we're back into the mid-70s, much like today, some partly cloudy skies. Overall, we are dry and mild. And really, that's going to be the case for the next week. This upper level trough, that brought us yesterday's cold front, and behind it comes a lot of northerly flow. And that's going to bring in a fall-like feel. We'll see another one of those blue little lobes roll in from the north, and that reinforces that fall feeling at least through the weekend and into early next week. This is through Sunday. Watch what happens as we head into next week. Our upper level pattern shifts. We're starting to pull in more air out of the south, aloft and at the surface, some high pressure aloft building in. All of this is to say things are trending warmer. So over the next 6 to 10 days, beyond the 7-day forecast, we're starting to see things shift from below average, which was this blue color, to now near average. That's just beyond the next 7 days. So it feels like it should for this time of the year. The low 80s, upper 70s. As we look towards the next 2 weeks, essentially taking us into the actual first days of fall, well, temperatures, they're back above average. Again, that's that upper level pattern that I showed you with those winds back out of the south. Good news is, if you like the fall weather, well, for now, things are feeling like it. We're in the mid-70s to upper 70s at the warmest every day over the next 7, and a whole lot of dry time as well. We've got inklings of a chance for rain with that next cold front over the weekend, that looking like maybe on Saturday, but right now, well, we're leaving it off the board, at least in this forecast. Things are looking mostly dry over the weekend. Be watching for that to change potentially, but really, it's a very dry forecast with temperatures feeling, again, more like October than September.